This is exercise 5, and it's all about typography, finally. So we're following the directions at the bottom. Go to Font Book and install Advert Pro font. Now this comes with this particular exercise, so I'm going to hide QuickTime. I'm going to hide Illustrator, and then I am going to go to my Applications folder. I'm going to open Font Book, which has all our fonts. Then I'm going back to the folder that has the exercises, which is, for me, is desktop, typography, and exercise 5. And we're just going to drag this over here. This is the font they wanted us to install. We just kind of let it go. And it adds the font. So I'm just typing in Advent, and I can see that it's there now. So now I'm going to go back to Illustrator. And it says go to Window, Type Character to access the character palette, which is where I was just at. Window, all the way down, Type, Character. So we get this little panel, right? And I'm just gonna select all this text, and I'm gonna install. I'm gonna change it to the new font, Advent Pro. I think I am. Pro, here it is. So that's Advent Pro. That's what it looks like. I'm going to increase the type a little so we can see what it looks like. And then it says adjust the typeface tracking, kerning, and leading of the type above. So here is tracking. That's like the space in between letters, basically. Kerning is the kerning is another type of space between the two letters. So I'm going to just put 5 in there for now. Auto for 0. Let's try 0. Okay, now can I increase that? Okay, I guess that's all we can do with that one. And then leading, I think, is the space between the lines. So if we do this, we can get kind of more line spacing. And then the second thing says go to Window Type Paragraph. So I'm going to do that. It's actually right here. And I'm gonna access the alignment. So right, I can center this. I can make it left justified. I can make it right justified. Right, and space before or after. I'm not actually sure where that is, but it's somewhere around here. And there's bullets and numbers, kind of like in Google Slides and stuff. Yeah, space before I think is here. So that's this exercise. Size 6 area type tool. This one is pretty cool. It says use font book to install the Lifesavers font. I just did this in the last exercise, so I'm just going to go through this very quickly here. My typography files are here, and so this is exercise 6, and this is the font Lifesavers, it's called. So I'm going to go to all my fonts and then drag it in. All right, just like that. Get the green plus sign. I'm going to search for it real quick, and you can see it's been added already. It looks like a kind of wacky font. How fun. So now we're going to go back to Illustrator. I'm going to click on the type tool. It's underneath the regular type tool, and it's called area type, right? And so that's going to fit the text inside the circle. So now I'm going to click on the circle itself, right? And I get stuff that fits inside there, right? So I can say, like, this is Jeffrey Kimmick, and I am the teacher of the digital arts class. And so at that point, everything that you type stays inside the circle. Get it? Fun. Exercise 7, type on a path. So this is another modification of our typography capabilities in Illustrator. So once again, I'm going back over to the tool that is usually the regular type tool. So you can see type tools at the top. We just did area type in, I think, exercise 6, and now we're going to do type on a path. So I'm going to click on that guy, and then I click right on this line, and now you can see that our line of text will follow the line that we made. So we can use our drawing tools to make shapes that will contain letters. Okay, exercise 8. This one's pretty straightforward, but really cool. It's like how to turn letters from typography into vectors so you can edit them, visually. I think this would be good for like developing our logo projects. So I'm following the directions. I'm using the regular selection tool to select the A here. Now I'm going to go to type, the type menu at the top, and I'm doing create outlines. So that's right here. Okay, now what it's done is it's converted the A. It's no longer a piece of text that we can edit with the type tool. It's now a regular vector shape like all the other shapes we've been making. So I can do things like, I think I did this before, where I use the knife tool and I can cut it off right there, right? And then I go back and see A. Right, now I can treat this as a separate piece, right? And so I can do the, different kinds of things with this that I could do with like other types of shapes. So it's kind of turning letters into shapes. This is exercise 9. We're just taking a quick look at other vector file formats. So if we go to File, if we look at the directions, it says go to File, Save As. So we're going to go Save As. And then there's other vector formats that are, some of them are universal between different types of software. So I think the main one is SVG. So we'll save this as an SVG and just save that in your folder and upload it with the rest of the exercises that you turn in. And so we're converting our vector logo into a raster logo. So just to give you an idea of what that means, it means, this is a file that saves the paths and the shapes and the strokes and the fill colors. But we want to bring it in as a whole distinct entity into Photoshop because we did that layering with the same file that we did before. So all we got to do is export this file as a PNG file. We're going to go File, Export as, and then we're going to pick the format PNG. And we're going to, let's see, choose high resolution. I think that is in a different one, actually. Let's see, File, Export as, maybe Save as. Nope, that's the only way to do it. I think maybe it just automatically saves in high resolution now. So File, Export as PNG, and then you're all set. Maybe it'll actually have another menu. There we go. So resolution, it wants us to do 300 dpi for print, so we're going to choose this print, high resolution 300. And the interesting thing about this is if we take a look down here, it's going to export the vector graphic without a background. So I can just bring this logo on top of whatever else that I want to use in another image editing app. Okay, so hit OK, and that's it.